Hi, I'm Merle Beck. No, my real name's Merle Cassell, but this is Jeannie Beck. And we always introduce ourselves as Merle and Jeannie Beck. Trying to be kinder that way. So, Jeannie does a lot of stream of consciousness writing. You know, so whatever she's thinking about, she writes. She's an incredibly accomplished poet and writer. She has a lot of things that are published, so she's really good at it. And she's teaching me, trying to teach me how to do that. You know, I'm kind of stubborn. And she wrote this poem the other day, and I was going to write one to go with it, but I have this block going on, and it's not happening. So she's going to read hers, and then I'm just going to talk about mine, if that's okay with you. Take it away, Jean.
Light comes through the leaves, and the roots grow strong beneath. The landscape changes through time, but they say the trees that survive communicate. These individuals are linked and thrive in communities. Who knows if they speak with their leaves, or relate through their roots, or something more? The important thing is they somehow connect and support one another, these beautiful bands of trees. When living things recognize their common plight and communal strength, individual possibilities are expanded, and the whole has greater integrity. Take it away.
Thank you, Jeannie. And it's a little intimidating writing something like this when you're writing next to someone like Jeannie because she's so accomplished.
She's trying to embarrass me.
But I say that so that I can understand it. You know, I say that so I can accept that and know my place in this relationship. You know, she's an incredible writer. I'm not. You know, I can sing and talk and be here with you to the best of my ability, and this is new to me, so I'm kind of dragging my feet.
Well, you've wasted several minutes.
So the light that comes through the trees, you know, we're the trees, us, you know, people my age, maybe, you know, and younger. You know, when you start having your own kids and creating your own life, you know, you become that tree. And whatever comes through you from creation, you know, what the heck?
I didn't know this was going to be a comedy.
For my next act, I'll just go without that. So, you know, we're those trees, and the light is coming through us. You know, and light comes from God, from Wakantika, from Kishamnawa, from, you know, wherever you get that light from, you know, your personal experience, things you've overcome, you know, and that's what's shining through us to these young people. You know, and that's what I understand this to mean. And we're not all healthy trees. You know, the landscape changes over time for all of us. You know, I started out as a pretty good little kid, so I was about that big. And bad things started happening to me from adults, and you know, I lost the vision of that light. And so, as that landscape changed, so did I. You know, I became a damaged person, and I acted like it. And you know, there was no light coming through me to these young people. I remember my nephew one time, I had hallucinated really bad from doing too much speed. And my nephew come over to me, and he was pretty small. And he really admired me. And, you know, and he's looking up at me, and he's got this real scared look on his face, and he goes, "Uncle Murr, what's the matter?" You know, and I don't know, man. You know, I don't know. I didn't know it was the dope doing that to me, that was cutting off the light, that was cutting my relationship with you. I didn't know that. I know it today. And that's the light that's coming through today. And there's a lot of people, like, I'm linked to a lot of people in this room. My grandma was from here. I know her family really well. Chance, I was talking to Chance, and admiring his singing, because I used to sing with his grandma. Well, I tried to. She's a really good singer too. So, and our roots go deep in that. The expression that her grandma was always talking about, here, I don't know how many, 20 years later, 30 years later, you get to see the fruits of that. This young man walks around playing his music, going places at ease, because that's in him. Whatever is in me is what I pass to my family. And I'm grateful for that. So we're linked, and a lot of us are linked through recovery. A lot of us are clean and sober. A lot of us are linked through trauma events, the healing that we've done from all that. And we want young people to see that. We want young people to understand it's okay to get help. If we're banding together, let's band together with something that has meaning. Seeing these young people get up here on this stage is real powerful to me. And I hope the next time I come around, it's all young people. Because I understand how scary it is to get up here. When I first started talking in public, my mouth would get dry and I couldn't hardly talk, and I'd shake, sweat would be pouring down, and now you can't shut me up. I can go on all day. But I like reading stuff like this. I like interacting with it, and I like interacting with you. There's something that connects us, and she says it here. We talk through our leaves, through our voice, through our eyes, through our body language, but there's something more. There's more than that. We feel each other in the traditional sense. I know it's real important for me to be honorable to that young lady right there. I know that because I know her mom, I know her grandparents, and they've always been good to me. So that was the light that came through them to me, and I appreciate that. And there's a lot of families like that. I just happen to be comfortable with her, so I keep pointing her out, And there's no mystery to any of this. We're here because we want to be true human beings. We want these young people to not suffer the way we did. We want them to be able to get up here and express themselves, to get up in school and express themselves, to express themselves in groups. And banding together, from what I understand, there's Christian groups that get together, once a week. There's sweat lodge people that get together once a week. There's recovery people that get together once a week or 7 times a week, depending on the depth of your addiction. So, I wanted to say that to these young people, to find a way to spend time with each other where you can just talk, That's where it comes from, just the expression of our soul. And there's no mystery to that. And that's our common strength. We all have that ability. We all have the ability to get up here. Even people with anxieties, and it's hard for them. And I appreciate and honor that, because it's not hard for me anymore. I take it for granted. Don't take your people for granted. They're here for a little while. This life seems long, but it's really short. And it takes a while to develop yourself and get your traction and share it with others. So thank you for allowing us to come here, and I'm thankful to Jeannie for helping me with this and helping me learn something new. And anything? So thank you very much.